Hey, it's Michael Silvas, Uncle Mike. Those people who know me as Michael. I want to let you know that I walked from where I live over here in Harbor Square all the way to the 7-Eleven in Mechanicsville. That's a pretty long walk for me, but I did it. So I planned, my goal was to come visit my mother in about 2 weeks. I'm going to try to build up my legs so I can do it. It's about a 4 mile walk each direction, each way. So I think once I get over to my mom's house, I'll be able to get a ride home from my mother. But the thing is, it's going to be challenging. So I'll be out that way probably in about 2 weeks. So probably during a weekday. I don't know when I'll be coming out there or during the day. It may be earlier in the day. So and I'll be getting a ride home from my mother. But it'll probably be like 2 weeks from now. Because I'm really walking better. When I get tired, I just usually sit in the grass for about a minute, and I get up and walk more, which is nice, and I don't hurt, which is great. And it's building up my muscles, which is awesome, because that's what you need to do. You got to build those muscles up, because that's the only way you get more life in your muscles, and your muscles repair and they regenerate, and they sometimes can get rid of sciatica. I heard. I was doing some reading. It says the only way you can get rid of sciatica is really by walking and exercising it. You know, you can't stay still, because if you stay still, well, what happens is you get weak and your muscle turns to fat, and then all of a sudden you can't walk and you're in a wheelchair, and that's not what I want. So, and I got a lot of stuff to do. I got a ministry to do, you know. I got life to think about. You know, I got a job, a career to think about, music to think about. And I've got people who I love and care about the most, more than anything. I just hate the silence and not being able to hear anything from the Shields. I really do. I love them all to death. I miss them all. I need to see them, and I miss the parents too. I know we're not perfect, but I love you. You know, I've forgiven you for things that you've done, you know, to me. You know, and you all haven't done much. But when you all were mean and stuff at times, you know, I've forgiven about that. You know, I've forgiven the things that your mom has done to me. And I didn't disfellowship her, even though I could have, for some of those things that she did. But I still love her, and I didn't hold that against her, because I treat her like family. And I hope that we all can come back together soon, because we need each other. And we need to think about that and show mercy like God shows mercy to us. You know, the Bible tells us that true mercy comes from God. And if we're His people, we should show that and extend that same mercy to other people. And y'all could be a support system. And, you know, I need that more than everything right now. You know, things are getting crazy, and it'd be nice to have you around. I like to hear your stories. I like to hear your story. I like it when Beth Ann, when you call me during the week and let me know how things are going in school and stuff, you know. I like to hear what you're doing in your life. You know, I like to hear what's going on with you, Stephen. And I like to hear what's going on with you, Jeremy. I like your jokes, and I like, you know, your acting. I like your magic shows. You know, I like John's, you know, videos, and I still watch them. You know, I'd like to comment on them, but I can't, because I'm not allowed to talk to any of you all right now, and it really sucks. As Jeremy would say, it sucks, but it does. But I love you all to death. You know, we just need to be back together. You know, I forgive you all, so I hope you can forgive me, because I truly need you all in my life. If I could assign anything or do whatever I need to do, but I'd like to be a part of in their life, and I like to be treated normal. I don't want to come back over there and have all these weird things going on, you know, because it's not necessary. Because, you know, I'm a gentleman, and you know, I can be that way, and you'll see that it's different, and I hope that you think about it. Because it'd be nice to see you all and go to the mountains with y'all sometime and just hang out with y'all. It's nice to do that. I enjoy that. Anyway, hope everybody had a good Easter week, a good Easter break. Here it's been kind of lonely, but I did meet some interesting people out on my walk today. Some nice people. I had a person hold the door open for me because I was tired, and they pulled the door open and got it for me, which was really nice. I think he was a youth minister for one of the churches, but I can't remember his name, but he was really, really nice. Let's see. Anyway, Shelton invited me back to his church to go there in 2 weeks. I told him I'd come back there. They said they really like me. They say I'm really knowledgeable. Because I actually spoke a little bit at his church when I went there last week. And the sermon was over 5 hours long. And I'm not saying that in a bad way. It's just sometimes the sermons are that long. Because they had baptisms that day, and they had music, and they had preaching going on. And I was actually teaching a little bit. I talked about 2 or 3 minutes, shared some points and observations of the lesson that they didn't really think about. And Shelton told me that somebody really likes you and they want you to come back because you're very knowledgeable about the scriptures and you know a lot of stuff. And I said, yeah, I'll be glad to come back, but it'll be 2 weeks, okay? And he said, okay. So just to let you know, I like those people over there. They're really nice people. And they're very friendly and very open, and I love their singing. They sound so pretty. And I miss you all, too. I miss singing with Sean, Mom Sean, my second mom. I miss Charlie too, and it's nice to hear his lessons. Even though we don't agree with certain things, I still love you. You don't ever have to worry about that, because differences aren't going to separate me. So we all have differences. I would never make that an issue because it's not an issue, because I can understand that people have differences. We don't all agree. And it should not be an issue at all with us. Because we're Christians. We can agree to disagree, but we still love each other at the end of the day. I'm also going to help you, Charlie, get more work. Because I know you got a family, you got all those teenagers to feed and all. And I know you all need the money. So I'm doing that. I've been putting your business out there. I want to let you know that because I love you so much. I love your family. And I really, do. Honestly to God. I want to do more, I really have a lot of big things coming in the future. And I want you all to be a part of it. And you'll be blessed and be enriched because of it. And I want you to know that. And we're all going to be blessed in the end. And doing godly works of righteousness and doing His work and service, there's nothing that you can't go wrong with that, essentially. So, y'all hang in there. Be strong. I'm being strong. And living day to day. And keep smiling, guys. I love you. Keep praying. I keep praying. Believe me, I keep praying. And I know we will be together again soon. I guarantee you that, folks, because we love each other. Truly we do. I forgive you. I forgive everybody. I don't have nothing against y'all. You're not perfect. I'm not perfect either. But one thing is for sure and certain is that we love each other. That's all that really matters. That's it. Well, anyway, have a good night, and it was April Fool's Day today. I hope you all didn't have no fools try to play a joke on you today, because it was April Fool's Day today. The 1st of April of every April is always April Fool's Day, so it's really easy to remember when you get the 1st of April. It's April Fool's Day. So if anybody played a joke on you, if you forgot it was April Fool's Day, that's probably the reason why. Hope you enjoyed the nice weather the last 2 days, because tomorrow's not going to be so nice. We got a cold front coming through later on tonight, so we might have some thunderstorms later on tonight. But it's going to be cooler tomorrow, probably in the 60s for a high. But did you know they're building Baal-like temples? I'm kind of switching subjects here. They're actually going to resurrect a Baal-like temple. Remember me, Charlie, I was talking about that? In New York City, in Times Square, and they're going to build another one in London. They believe that these temples are like gateways. This is what I was talking about. CERN is part of that. It's it's connected to it, I do believe, and that it will create a portal like for the Antichrist and other demons and spirits to go through. And they need to have it's like the same, like the real replica of how the 50-foot arch was like on the original Assyrian, Baal temple. And they had a huge gate, like great entranceway, so the Antichrist can come through there. And that's how he travels, because he's got to be like he's everywhere, and that's how he'll do it, through one portal from one land to the other. Where God, he's already here, but he's got to travel. But God don't need to travel because he's everywhere anyway. The real God, the true God. But this Antichrist will have the illusion that he's everywhere, but really is not, because he's only subject to certain places, because that's why he's limited in his scope and his power. That's the whole big deception and lie behind it. He's the great deceiver. That's why the Bible calls him that. But, they're going to be building and erecting these Baals, known as the Tower of Babel or Confusion, or if you go and look at it, it's translated as the gateway to the gods, or, the Antichrist. Because the Antichrist has many names, and all religions has different names, but it's still one man, because that's what the Bible says, one man, but yet he'll take the form and appear as all these different types of gods, but it will only be the Antichrist. That's really truly who that one being is, the same one that we have in our Christianity, where it talks about it taking the form of a man and being the very spawn and root of Satan, but just being a little Satan. And he'll look like a man, but have extraordinary power and do great illusion and great deceptions. So that's what's coming. And we see, once that happens, we know the world is getting very close, Charlie, to the end. And the shields. But nothing to be scared of, because we have each other. We're going to survive. I want to teach you all how to survive, how to make clean water. There's a lot of things I want to teach you all, because I love you so much. And I want you to survive this thing, because the collapse is coming soon. And I need you all, and I miss you all. So just, I'll talk to you more with another update. And anyone out here, you can listen to this, because I think this information is helpful for everybody. How to cook, how to store your food in the ground. All these things are so important. We're going to have to revert back to the 18th century if we lose our power, because that's where we're going to be. So we have to go back to the old way of doing things. And yeah, it's not as pretty as it is now, with all these luxuries and amenities, but without power, these amenities won't work. So we got to find a way to generate power, and how we do is through solar panels or alternate sources of energy, maybe magnetic energy. That's another way we could do it. There's just different ways we can do it with water and fusion. There's just so many different ways we could do it. But we'd have to build this thing now. If a power grid gets destroyed, we're going to have to revert to something like that. We have to build it in a way so it's protected, so when the power grid does get destroyed by EMT attack or by sabotage, or both, combination of both, we're going to have this to go online to power our homes and to power our businesses and to power our communities, and have a bunch of them put online, but they need to be safe and safe havens underground until that time comes. It's just something to think about, because I don't think our country has anything like that in place. Maybe for the elite they do, and for the high top officials in the government they do, but for us, there's nothing for us. Internment camps, where we go, or education camps, or for information centers, or whatever you hear, those are all where they're going to take us and round us up, but they don't have anything like that underground. They don't have nothing like that. So we're going to rely on each other. Because, if we're out here in the world and following everything, we got to bear the mark of the beast on our hand or on our forehead. And that's where it's going to, really. And it's going there. And that's what we're going to have to get around somehow. But, I'm here, and I want to help. And I love you. And that's why I do everything behind what I do. There's no agenda. It's just true love. Because I truly do love you. Every one of you. I miss you so. So anyway, stay in there. And keep up the faith, and keep praying, and always have hope. Love you, Sean and Charlie, John, Stephen, Jeremy and Beth Ann. See you later. Bye.